Hey there, kids. My name is Miss Minion, and I am here to teach you today where all of the oceans are. Check out this sweet map that I made. It's going to be awesome. We're going to learn about all the different oceans, maybe the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, and even maybe the Arctic Ocean.
What are you doing? This is my YouTube channel.
I am Miss Minion. I am definitely Miss
You're
Minion.
not Miss Minion.
I am definitely Miss Minion.
No, you're not. I'm the real Miss Minion. Tell them,
She's
kids.
not Miss Minion.
Tell
I'm Miss
them
Minion.
I'm the real Miss
Do
Minion.
I look like Miss Minion? I'm Miss Minion for sure.
Hey there, readers. So we already know that nonfiction authors like Karen Brown use real information, real facts to teach us about the world. Today we're going to be reading On the Construction Site. Looking at the cover, what do you think we're going to learn about the world? You can say, I think we're going to learn. Maybe you think we're going to learn about construction or buildings or cranes or dump trucks or construction vehicles or construction workers. Let's read and find out. Oh, we have some sight words here. On the Construction Site by Karen Brown and B. Johnson. On the construction site. A tall skyscraper is being built. People will live in this skyscraper when it's finished. Do you think you've seen a skyscraper before? We have them in downtown Boston. Those are really big buildings with lots of floors. Architects and engineers, those are people who build buildings, work together to design the building. The plans show what it will look like. People watch as the area is cleared. What is in this truck? What is this truck taking away? As I'm reading, I want you to think about what you can learn. We are focusing on learning true facts, real information about the world. As I'm reading, make sure you think about it. What are you learning about the world from this book? Rumble. This dump truck is full of rocks and rubble. The back lifts up and tips to dump the load. Tall buildings need to stand on strong, solid ground. This means builders have to dig down to make the foundation. They have to dig all the way into the ground to make it really sturdy, really safe, so it can hold the whole building. How many diggers are there? There is a digger in the pit as well as on the surface. That means someone goes all the way down in there to help dig. Their claws scoop out earth to make a huge hole. Look at this digger. This is how they get all the dirt out to make a big hole. What have you learned so far about construction sites? You can say, I learned. Maybe you learned that they have to dig down into the ground before they can build a tall building. This is what makes it sturdy, safe, and not fall into the ground. The skyscraper's foundations are very, very deep. What is this machine doing? What do you think it's doing? You can say, I think. A pile driver is hammering steel poles into the bedrock. That means they're putting big, sturdy, heavy poles into the ground to hold up the building. Steel is a strong metal. Bang, bang. This cement mixer is making concrete for the foundations. What is going on inside it? You might already know this from when we learned about different types of trucks. What happens in there? Whoosh, swoosh, water and cement whirl around and around in the drum. They mix together to make the concrete. The foundations are leveled, ready for the concrete that forms the basement floor. Have you ever been in a house or an apartment with a basement? Maybe you have one in your house or someone you know has a basement. Can you see which machine smooths out the ground? Bulldozers push earth aside to finish the foundations. They have flat tracks instead of wheels. Look, instead of a wheel, it has a big flat track. Sweep, sweep. The frame of the skyscraper is built next. Workers on the ground guide crane operations who place the steel beams. Can you see how they talk to each other? The crane operator follows hand signals. Each signal means something different. Down, down. An iron worker is fixing the beam in place. Can you see how? Sizzle, crackle. Metal melts at high temperatures when it's really hot. The iron worker, that means this person right here who works with the metal, welds or joins the beams by melting them together with a welding torch with fire. Floors are added to the metal frame. A layer of thin steel sheeting laid onto the beams. What is added next? What do you think they're going to add to the building now? They have the beams and they have the floor. What's next? Concrete is poured onto the floor. It will dry hard and flat. Carpets will be added after. The walls have been painted. Scoosh! Materials are needed at the top of the building. How do they get there? How do you think they bring all the materials all the way up high to the top? Have you ever seen this? They have them all around our town in East Boston. Up, up, up. A hoistful of steel beams goes up the tall tower like an elevator. The tower is joined to the building to keep it safe and steady. Glass is being placed on the outside of the building. Can you see who's inside? The pipes and wires are hidden behind the walls and under the floor. The pipes are what brings water to the sink and the shower and even the toilet. And it's also what brings electricity. Those wires are what connect to your light switch or your fan or your outlets where you plug things in and makes the power happen. A heavy steamroller, this is a steamroller, drives over fresh asphalt, that's the ground, to make a flat road. What is under the asphalt? Crunch! The road is made of many layers. There is earth, sand, and gravel under the asphalt. The road is soon being used by lots of people. What is inside the trucks? One truck has a ladder, paint, and brushes to decorate the apartments. The other trucks have lots of boxes and furniture. Can you guess why? Why do you think they're bringing boxes of furniture? You can say, I think. On the top floor, a family moves into their new home. What will the view be like? Wow! The skyscraper is complete, and now people live here. The workers and machines have moved to another site, ready to build again. There's more. The next time you see a construction site, find the different machines and the job each one is doing. Digger, dump truck, pile driver, cement mixer, bulldozer, crane, hoist, and steamroller. The end. We know that readers can use nonfiction books to learn about new topics, about things they care about, things they think are interesting. What did you find interesting in this book? You can say, I thought it was interesting when. You can talk to the computer, don't worry. Readers also use nonfiction books to learn new information. What did you learn today about construction sites that you didn't know before? You can say, I learned. We also know that nonfiction authors write about things they love, things they care about, and things that they know a lot about. Why do you think Karen Brown and B. Johnson chose to write about a construction site? You can say, I think they wrote about construction sites because. Awesome! Thanks for reading with me today. Today, your job is going to be to write a page in your reader's journal about something you learned in this book. What did you learn about the construction site? You can start it with I learned. Make sure you write the title on the construction site, the author, Karen Brown and B. Johnson, draw a picture and write a sentence with an uppercase letter and a period. Pause now to do your reading homework. Pausa ahora para hacer tu tarea de lectura. Think about what you learned in On the Construction Site. Then write a response in your reader's journal about what you learned. You can start it with the sentence starter, I learned. Piensa en lo que aprendiste en On the Construction Site. Escribe una respuesta en el diario de tu lector sobre lo que aprendiste. Puede comenzar con el iniciador de oraciones. I learned